Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Hola, bon dia, alegria. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, the live stream, the podcast, and of course the Portugal Club. And a very sore back this morning, I've got to say. My back went into a major twinge Friday evening when we went to see the very pretty lights here in San Martino de Porto. So officially into the Christmas period. I'm happy to start celebrating Christmas now on the 1st of December. So yes, into the last month of 2025. Where did that go? What a year it's been. Any reflections on 2025 already? And what may lay in store for us in 2026, I wonder? Actually, what comes to mind is I'm having a conversation with the amazing Alistair Leithhead, I think he still works for the BBC. It's funny, isn't it, when you grow up with a broadcasting corporation and you hear names. There's another one actually that came up in the last 24 hours. A chap called Brian Hayes, who's a legendary broadcaster in the UK. Worked specifically with the formation of something called LBC over there. He passed away in the last, I think, 48 hours. And his voice imprinted. As soon as I heard his voice, it just took me right back. And Alistair Leithhead is another name that I knew from growing up with the BBC, radio mainly. I think I'm right in saying that, but I certainly know his name. And now here he is living in Portugal, and me too, of course, and I'll be interviewing him tomorrow morning about his life here. So very interesting how things can turn around in life. Yes, looking a bit chilly. Got a bad back here. Got a hot water bottle pressed to my lower back. So a somewhat erect posture and trying to get comfortable this morning. But I'm in that typically sorry for myself state when you've got a bad back or got pain. You think, oh, I'll be so glad when I've returned to full fitness. I feel so sorry for people with chronic pain, sort of thing. You don't give too much of a thought about when everything's going fine, but that's not the case at the moment. Quite the struggle to even put my trousers on this morning, and what with a pair of thermal long johns as well. Double trouble. Anyway, enough about me. How are you doing? Do let me know in the chat. The comments are postable on the screen. If you post something, it will show up on the screen. But morning to you, Mel. To you, Hugh. Mike, Jackie, and T-Duck, good morning. Oh, and we've got Capricorn Chris, possibly with a Capricorn Chronicle from His Majesty's United Kingdom and its public transport therein. We'll come back. Okay. Okay. Yes, Tig is joining us as well. It's your last appearance of the year, says Chris. Tig, it's your last appearance of the year, and you really couldn't do last month. Can we have a really later focus session today, please, Carl? Stay on point and let Tig sprinkle. Me, stay on point? You must be kidding. Oh, that hurts. Don't make me laugh, which then makes me cough, which causes my lower back to spasm. Where's Matty when you need him? Might need a house call, Matty. Right. The Portuguese citizenship test question, not 85. I've mistyped that. 65 this morning. Yes, we're into the last third of these. I think, do you know what? I think I'm going to carry on. I'm really enjoying the quiz, and I think it's a good opportunity to learn about Portuguese culture, of course. And I think as well, Portuguese language. I'll do more to integrate language into these as well. But let's get the question number 65 posted up, shall we? As we make our way into another week and the last month of the year, of course, 1st of December today. And I think I feel comfortable acknowledging Christmas now. I'm not going to go too crazy about it, but definitely feel okay about acknowledging it. Thank you to Deagle, who sent me. Oh, yeah. And also, Larry, good morning to you. Do you have any info about the reports we've seen about Prince Harry buying property in San Martino de Porto? Yes, because I think I started that rumour. But to be fair to me, only based on a bit of that clickbaity news stuff that happens. Deagle, where's your message gone? I'm sure I saw a message from you about the Lisbon lights. The Lisbon lights were fantastic, weren't they? Have I got time to download that reel, I wonder? Do you want to hear it playing in the background? It's going to get me a strike, isn't it, I think? I'll tell you what, I'll see what I can do to download that in the background as well, and get the question to you this morning. Yeah, it could have been a little bit better organised, but isn't that the case every single day? So Facebook Reel Downloader, you can do that, don't you? And we'll see if we can get that happening with the magic of the internet behind the scenes. Let's enjoy the internet while we still have it and don't have to give a DNA test every time we want to go on there. Do you think that's really coming, Mel? I wonder. Have they started it in your native Australia? Downloading normal quality. Yeah, I'll take that normal quality and all the viruses or whatever and spyware that comes with it. Thank you very much. I think I've got to watch an ad while that's happening as well. Let me just get rid of that. Oh, yeah, that's working. Very good. Okay, and question 65 as well. Well, I'll see what I can do with Tig for you this morning. She'll be joining us around 8:40 this morning. So get your questions in. If there's a question you want, or do you just want to stand in the face of her magic dust this morning, Chris? I wonder. Where's my banner's gone? Let me just put a banner up on the screen to make the... it's not exactly Christmas decorations, is it? But a little bit of visual magic going on the screen there. Yeah, let me know about your Portuguese pains and pleasures. Anything you're celebrating, milestones, anything you're having a problem with at the moment here in Portugal. Oh gosh, did you see that thing on the social media, on the Facebook? A disgruntled person giving Portugal a right old panning. And it's so brilliant. It's always so great to get the popcorn and watch the comments. But yeah, this person was having a lot of Portuguese pain. If only they'd found us sooner, we could have helped them out. But yeah, if you're struggling with something here in Portugal, just let us know. Let's stay calm about it and see if we can help you. 913-590-303 or just pop it onto the screen. And I'll put it to the community here, they'll probably see it before me, and we'll see what we can do to help you. Right, so Portuguese citizenship test question 65. Which city is known for its Gothic cathedral and Roman bridge? Gothic cathedral and Roman bridge. And yeah, a bit like you were saying, T-Duck, which Portuguese city isn't famous for that? So let me just do the necessary. And I'm so pleased I've got a keyboard that allows me to Control-C, Control-V now, Control-X. Yes, in the 21st century right here. Is it Évora? Is it Braga? Or is it Coimbra? I don't actually know the answer to that. Maybe that's because I'm a bit off my face on a few painkillers this morning. Could be, couldn't it? Could be interesting this morning. But I'm posting that up for you now and bringing it onto the screen. Let's see if that's worked. Yeah, which one? Which Portuguese city is famous for its Gothic cathedral and Roman bridge? I don't think it is Évora, is it? Gothic cathedral. It could well be Braga, couldn't it? It could be Braga. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think on that, and let me put the link to that as well. Thank you, everybody who definitely in our little niche here on a quiet corner of the internet. Numbers growing on the Portugal Club, and people are popping over there to vote on the citizenship test questions. So thank you very much for doing that. There you go. There's your link for this morning's. Yeah, and if I pop back over there, let's have a look at question number 60. Wasn't that 7? Yeah, definitely the painkillers are kicking in. That was 65. Portuguese citizenship test question 64. What is the name of the traditional Portuguese Christmas Eve dinner? Is it the consoada? Yes, it is. So well done, everybody who voted for that. And there was a bit of a guest there from my new guest last week. I hope she's going to be a regular. Anna Alcott. She's joined us over at the Portugal Club as well. But thanks to everybody who took part in that. Another 34 of those to go as we've done our mock test of the Portuguese citizenship test, our own version of that. A few notifications here. Thanks, Kate. Antonio, doing great work as ever over on the Portugal Club. Okay, should we have a look at Lisbon's lights as well and see what... they were pretty impressive, I've got to say, and I'm not sure what we'll be doing for Christmas this year. We do an advent calendar. I like the memes. Kate, you sent me a very good list of Christmas fails, which would make a brilliant advent calendar. More than enough, 24 pickies. So that could be pretty good. I wonder, is that the right one? I'm going to play it anyway. Is that what we just downloaded off the Facebook? No, it wasn't. That was something else. Goodness, I'm glad I've just double checked on that. So here's Lisbon's lights anyway. I did see a little preview of them. I think Caldas is lit now. We went to our São Martinho de Porto lighting up to our surprise, on Friday night. The São Martinho de Porto lighting up was scheduled for 9 o'clock. And guess what? It actually happened at 9 o'clock. We were still getting out the car thinking, oh, this will never happen at 9 o'clock. But there it was. And Mrs. M said, hey, they just lit the lights. Bang on. There was a DJ. The DJ didn't stop playing when the marching band of the Bomberos came through. It was quite bizarre, actually. It was pretty Twin Peaky in San Martino on Friday night. And that's when my back pain really kicked in. I was glad to be home, quite frankly. Here, however, is what they did in Lisbon. That was nice, wasn't it? Very good, very well done, Lisboa. That's presumably, I'm guessing that's the tree in Praça de Comércio. We went there, I think, in our first year of being in Portugal. It was lovely, real pretty. What a great setting that is, and you could just walk into the Baixo, can't you, from Praça de Comércio. Good job there. Well done, Lisboa. Of course, all over Portugal now. We're really getting into the Christmas season. And there will be lovely principios, the little nativity scenes, and wonderful Christmas lights all over the country. So please send me your pictures and videos of those, and we'll feature them. 913-590-303. We'll make a little compilation of those. Painkillers. Why painkillers? What did you do? You came in late there. I've done my back in, Matty. It feels neurological. It doesn't feel like a muscular thing. Very weird, in just above my pelvic girdle. Wow, it is looking cold at Casa Munson. Put some logs on. Morning, Jackie and Matty. Oh, that's from Peter. So full of soup yesterday, I couldn't move without feeling like an ocean was inside me. Need to remember, 2 bowls fine, 3 bowls of soup fatal. Depends how big the bowls are as well. What did you have? Some lovely chicken soup, the canja. Rhymes with ganja. What sort of soup, Pete? Or were you at a soup festival? I wonder. And I saw a cartoon which made me think of you yesterday. Do you follow the Twonks? A few things, actually, I've got to say. I've squirreled away. Oh, yes, and a really interesting camper van came up on Facebook Marketplace. If you're in the market for a camper van, which I think is registered for Portugal, you're in luck. I found you a nice one. I can't remember whether it's a bargain or not. It's just very striking. Oh, and the new podcast with Natasha Don is out as well. Receiving some really good feedback on it. She's got some amazing fans out there, has Natasha Don. Very forthright, and she gets a chance to be her forthright self when we're chatting together on the News Review podcast, which we do after this show on a Friday. We've got 2 under our belt now, and it was good fun talking to her, although there were some very serious stories, I have to say, as well. Where did these end? Have I started saving things to the desktop? Quick access, that should sort it out, shouldn't it? Yes, there we go. There's that camper van and the picture, the Tonks cartoon, which made me think of you, Pete. There you go. Not quite the kind of comb over detail that you might hope for, Peter, but I think the Tonks cartoon is called this Hairvolution, and I'm definitely into the bottom left hand corner, I think, now. But there you go. Anyone else? Can anyone else sympathise with that picture on the screen there? And yes, this camper van came up. I thought, that's an interesting looking vehicle. It's got curtains inside it already. That's very thoughtful. Caravans and campers for sale in Portugal and Spain. Closer look, and I think it's a dead good. It's a dead good offer, isn't it? That's a hearse, is it not? And this is these are Catholic hearses, aren't they? Maybe a little bit more, I don't know, blingy and distinctive than you might see elsewhere in your native country. But that honestly was being advertised as a camper van. The Mitsubishi 2.5 litre diesel there, and I think they wanted $6,000 for it. A dead good offer for sure. Oh, tonight, and I might do this whilst I'm waiting for Tig to arrive this morning. Let me make sure that Tig's got the link as well. But tonight on the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club, we're looking at winter warmers. Seemed like a good topic this morning. This evening. Looked like it was a good topic this morning as I set up this slide for doing this. Nice crackling log fire and probably bottles of red wine we're looking at for this evening's Good Morning Portugal Wine Club. Bring your winter warmer. Let's have a bit of quaffing and quipping together. Oh, excuse me. I'm delaying coughing because it flipping hurts, but I wasn't quick enough on the mute button with you there. So, yes, our local funeral director says he has camped in his hearse, so no police. But I hadn't thought of that. If you do have a hearse for a camper van, you probably won't get a knock on the window in the. It looks like a hearse. Very cool car. What's that? The hearse or the Tonks cartoon? So there you go. 8:00 tonight. Join us for the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club with the Wine Club Ninjas. And let's have some fun this evening with I shall be bringing a full-bodied red with me this evening. I think the time has come to drink red wine this time of year. Although I'm not averse to a bit of fizz on a special occasion, it has to be said. So let's have a look at your comments before we return to wine. And Dougie's back on the scene. Dougie Hughes, of course, and he's written his latest article. He said he'd given up writing for the Portugal News. However, he's just penned most recently, no comments yet, over at the Portugal News, The Rise of Portuguese Wines, A Tale of Tradition, Innovation and Global Recognition. We'll have a little look at that whilst we're waiting for Tig. Oh, yeah, I was going to give her the link to the show as well. Okay. I don't know if you can hear. I'm short of gasping and short of breath this morning. And because, this gets to you, doesn't it? The sort of pain that when you take a deep breath, it hurts. I've got that at the moment. Did you? Did I say victim? I meant guest in the car. Matty playing up to the stereotype that Peter has gladly created for him. Gladfully. That's not a bad turn of phrase for this time of year. Okay, Tig's going to be here at 8:40 or thereabouts. And I asked her, what should we talk about? Nothing especially new, she said. There've been the arrest of some GNR officers for intimidating immigrants. My God, that's definitely worth talking about. And the IMA asking for NIS numbers incorrectly. I wonder what Tig's got to say about that. She's probably not taking any nonsense from IMA on this NIS matter. So let's go back to the beginning of your comments this morning before we have a look at Dougie's wine article in the Portugal News. And we will check the front pages as well if we really have to. Chronicles from the train. It's that journey that everyone hates. Wet, damp, and raining. In His Majesty's UK. Coughing to the left of me, sneezing to the right, stuck in the middle with you. Okay. Now back to BPE has just boarded the train. Now back to the BP. I don't know what that stands for. Can't remember now. And Bon dia alegria Gumpers just stopped by to say hi. A bit of T. You know what T-Duck stands for, don't you? T stands for trolling, I think, this morning. No propaganda for me today. So T-Duck not joining us. Bon dia, Gumpers. Good morning to you, Welsh Jackie. Bloody peeing it down it is, yeah? Folks, so hope you're all having one of those 350 days over there. Yeah, no, we're not. It's not raining, at least. It poured down again yesterday. Bon dia from Mike and from Hugh. Good morning from Hugh and Jane and Workaway, a Kiwi from New Zealand. Well, they are a Kiwi if they're from New Zealand. Is that what you're actually calling them? We can go with their actual name if you like, Hugh, as well. Let's say hello to your Workawayer from New Zealand. Zoo Zealand. Oh, maybe that's a different place. Bon dia from Mel. And finally back in my house. Oh, well done. Loving my new floors and renovated kitchen. Took 6 weeks longer than expected. But done for Christmas at least. Well done. Gemini's in as well. Morning to you, Gemini. And to the newbies, bon dia. And a warm welcome to the show where the sun always shines and the craziness don't stop. Thankfully. Yeah, that's about right. Bon dia alegria a todos e feliz segunda-feira e dia de férias. Of course. That's something I need to tell you about this morning. Morning, Mel. Oh, you must be so relieved. Yes, back in the house. It must be a lovely feeling. Social media ban for under 16s will require everyone to upload ID to platforms and likely biometrics each time you log in to prove it is the adult. Oh, my goodness. Right, thank you, Mel. Now, however, social media ban in Oz delayed from 10th of December implementation until mid-2026 to give platforms time to update the systems. What is your? Why are you rubbing your chin there? I wonder, Mel. Okay. Why didn't I? I did. I said I might have to have a house visit from you, Matty. Okay, thank you. Some remedies coming in. Turmeric tablets with black pepper. Highest dose you can buy. Take with fish oil caps or coconut oil. Proven better painkiller than pharma tabs. Anti-inflammatory too. Well, that sounds good. I think I'm actually going to do a blooming screenshot of that. Thank you very much for that, Mel. That's going. Turmeric, obviously, a superfood, but all those things sound rather good. Nonetheless, and foods as well that you can buy at the supermarket. Yep, a soup festival, but no chestnut. Yeah, thank God for that. Is that Distant Thunder? No, it's Pete who's been on the chickpea soup again, or chestnut soup. Best was mushroom, then chickpea, vegetables and bacon, and a disappointing third was egg. Egg soup. I had a boiled egg yesterday. Every now and then, a boiled egg is the perfect breakfast, is it not? Oh, yeah. And Mel's local funeral director camped in the hearse. No police bother you when you're in there. Bit too showy for you, Matty. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that out. Thank you very much. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Stop it, you two. Don't encourage him, Matty. Oregonians loving Portugal. Is that going to change soon? OLP to OLF. Bon dia, Carl. Good morning to you. Blue skies here at Quinta Entre Aguas. Ah, okay, lovely. Good to hear that. And here in northern Montana, have a few inches of snow and -5 degrees Fahrenheit. Come on, OLP, send us a photo, please, of your inches of snow. That'd be lovely to get December underway here. Inflammation is nothing bad, something to get rid of ASAP. It is rather a repair process of the body that has not been finished yet. Yeah, agree, totally agree. I'm not panicking here, just letting my body do its thing. And what would you recommend, Matty? I did take the dogs for a walk. So I thought maybe I'm ready to go out again. Should I rest the inflammation? Or and I'm although as soothing as my hot water bottle is, I don't think a hot water bottle is probably the best thing for an inflamed area, is it, Peter? So let me know on that. Should I be resting and not heating the inflammation and just having a blooming good rest, doing a bit of inner healing work, attending to my inner child, and letting it pass, do you think? Jesus, so even at Carl's advanced years, he hasn't stopped growing. No, we never stop. Peter, some of us don't stop growing. It is possible to grow up still. You've still got time, Peter. Pete's gone. Yes, of course. This is what the aging and dying group that started in Stubble. Then Amelie, who with her group last Monday, and that was the living, aging, and dying. She added living to that, and I've added growing, living, aging, and dying. The gladding approach. So yes, of course, we can still keep growing to the very last. You can have that final realization. Not that it will do you much good, but you can grow your consciousness, Pete, even if the other parts of your body are failing, or your being, as it were. No, I will always love Portugal, love France too. Yeah, fair enough. A lot of us do actually, although some of us are not as ready to admit it. Yeah, well spotted, Matty, on the public holiday. We've got the now. I made a mistake with this many years ago. If you look and you'll see on the hold on a minute. I need to thank you for your wine exports meme there, to Kate. Yeah, you'll see we've got a calendar here, and I put notable dates mainly because they may well be public holidays here in Portugal, and there is one today which I forgot to mention. So 1st of December, is that right? Portugal Restoration Day. There you go. And I might not have updated this. What happens? Don't worry. I will. I'll find it via the search function. Is that going to take us to a date? It does. I've got to update that. So okay. Let me find out or share with you what Portugal Restoration Day is. Now, do you remember when we used to have the prof, Eusebio? Do you remember when Eusebio used to be part of the show? He told me he would often bring this to my attention at important dates in he I think he started off this day in Portuguese history, didn't he? Now, is it down as restoration or is it restauradores? Oh, bum. So now I'm gonna have to spell restauradores lie on it. Oh, it's Restoration Day, suffice to say. Then I'm gonna have to find that in another in a different context. But suffice to say, it is. I thought when he told me it was Restauradores Day here in Portugal, I thought it was a celebration of the restaurant workers. No, it's not. It's Portugal Restoration Day, which is a public holiday here in Portugal. So there you go. Heads up on that. Some services may well be closed. Now, does that link work? No, that's another dead link. I've got a little bit of work to do after the show, everybody, with that. Okay. Let me then go to Dougie's Portugal news story. Let's have a little chat about Portuguese wine ahead of tonight's Portuguese wine celebration that is the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club with the Wine Club Ninjas. If you want to hang out with Pete, he don't let that put you off. Yes, the wine club is today, this evening. Just talking about that now. OLP 8:00 this evening, Portugal time. We will be having some winter warmers. So bring, I don't know, robust reds. I would have thought. I love how many bank holidays there are here today and next Monday too. Well, they can't help what happened in history. It's got to be celebrated, Pete. I have to see a bank holiday where I do not have to work. Yeah, that doesn't apply to you, does it? I'm working too. 60% of my working week is today. Maybe I should charge double for a bank holiday. Try it, Pete. See what happens. Tell them it's Portuguese Restoration Day. Right, this article from Dougie at the Portugal News. Let's have a look at this, and we may have a look at the front pages as well. I'll bring it onto your screen now. Dougie definitely said he was giving up writing for the Portugal News, but it's a hard habit to break, I know. Portuguese wines are no longer the best kept secret. They're an absolute revelation. Well, they are now, Dougie. Now you're telling everybody about them. You see, over at the Portugal Club, we know that Portuguese exports are getting more popular as well, and I'm not entirely happy about that. We're satisfied actually that we've got great wine here and it should stay here. But as Kate Bygrave posted on the Portugal Club timeline, Portugal are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th in the world rankings with nearly 350 million litres. I'm guessing that's a year. So well done, Portugal. But let's stop exporting Portuguese wine, shall we? Should we keep it here and enjoy it here where it's made? Let's spread the rumour that it doesn't travel well. For centuries, says Dougie, this is how he starts his article at the news, Portuguese wine has modestly reflected the country's many landscapes, diverse climates and ancient traditions, from the terraced vineyards of the Douro Valley to the vast windswept plains of the Alentejo. Not an easy thing to say. Yet, it's only in recent times that the country's wines have commanded global attention. Today, labels featuring Douro DOC, and of course that's our the way that we identify wines here with the DOC, and Vinho Verde. How many DOCs are there for you wine boffins? Are turning up on fine dining wine lists from New York to London. This monumental rise is not merely a passing phase, but the culmination of decades of reinvention, regional investment, and renewed pride in native grape varieties. Do we want it going into all of fine dining, la-di-da? I don't know if we do. Portuguese wine is very down to earth, is it not? Down to earth. See what I did there? Or Durão, down to earth. Yeah, known as the Burgundy of Portugal. That's an interesting comparison. But yeah, this is how it all starts, isn't it? Comparing it to other wine-making countries. I think we should celebrate what's different rather than what's the same here. But yeah, Dow Burgundy, interesting. Wonder what Hughes has to say about that. Lisboa and Setúbal, choice and value, close to the country's illustrious capital. These regions produced some of Portugal's best value wines. Okay, for good value, go to Lisboa and Setúbal, to the Ermelinda there. Tradition and innovation, we got it all. Global recognition and increasing prestige. The future of Portuguese wine seems extremely promising. Alistair Leithhead, who I'm talking to tomorrow, that'll be released on Wednesday afternoon. He's got a boutique hotel, which is a wine tasting experience as well. So I'll talk to him about that for sure. Globally, the wine industry faces challenges from fickle climates as well as shifting consumer trends. But Portugal's wine industry has grown because adaptability has remained at its very core. Very good, a Portuguese characteristic there, innovation, adaptability. From the lofty vineyards of the Serra da Estrela to the cool, moist coastal vineyards of the Açores, Portugal's winemakers are constantly exploring new frontiers. Their shared goal is to produce wines that honour Portugal's exceptional diversity. You should definitely get a box or two from the Portuguese Wine Marketing Board for this work, Doug, whilst appealing to an increasingly discerning global clientele. Portuguese wine's ascent is not simply a tale of success, it's a tale of adaptability in a world where many wines are made to conform to certain market trends. Portugal, on the other hand, celebrates the beauty of difference. Well done. That's what we want to see. Nurse reveals her trick against leaks. Why am I having that marketed at me? The wines speak their own unique language simply by being so unmistakably Portuguese. Well done. Oh, there it is again. No, not the uncontrolled urinary leaks. Do this immediately. No, I shan't be doing that immediately. I'm trying to present. And why has that man got blue hair there? Oh, look at these adverts. They're outrageous, aren't they? But I'm pretty certain Prince Harry is not. The shock is that he is not buying a... Yeah, that's right. The shock is that he's not buying an apartment in San Martino de Porto, not that he is. Well done, Doug. I shall put the link to your fine work into the chat. Let's see what other comments we've got. Tig's ready. She might be ready to join us now. Do you want to give me a thumbs up if you are, Tig? And we'll start chatting. Okay, great. So there's Dougie's link there. I'm just going to make sure we've covered all your comments. And say hello to the latecomers. Good afternoon, Coach Turner. Good morning to you. Are you going to have Christmas videos? Yeah, we always have Christmas videos. How we feature them, I guess, is yet to be decided. Do we do an advent calendar again? Do we just list them at the Portugal Club? You can post them up yourself at the Portugal Club, actually. You're a member over there. That would be really nice if people could do that. Sounds like you only have 1.5 days days a week work. You still make more money than I do. Good for you, lol. What's your secret, Pete? So, Adrian, 1st of December, 1640. O dia que devolveu independência a Portugal, a restauração da independência assinala o fim de 60 anos de soberania espanhola in Portugal. So another time the Spanish were banished. It was a Spanish banish and restoration to Portuguese sovereign rule, 1st of December. Oh, I can hear you. Can't hear you. Going back out. Okay, we've got some technical difficulties with... she gave me a thumbs up, and then I must have maybe hit the mute button or something as well this morning. She'll be back in a minute. Tig will be back in a minute. Don't worry. Don't get anxious, Chris. She'll be back. 2 hours work today, 1 tomorrow. More than enough for anyone, Matty. You need your own business. I have to hope that my Bitcoin miner stumbles across a block that will reward me with 3.25 Bitcoins. Yes, maybe. I don't suppose we'll get to hear about that. You'll be on your way to some distant tax haven, presumably by that time. Bon dia to you, Sarah. Thank you for joining us this morning. But in other news, the Alpadrina market might reopen here in Lorisal. We have a meeting with the Fregzia scheduled this week, Friday. Yeah, it was a bit of a sad loss. So hopefully they can be persuaded to bring that back. You'd only done your first show, I think, there, hadn't you? Or your first appearance. And it shut down, Matty. Nothing personal, I hope. Bon dia todos from Pera. Love Alentejo. Not too keen on Douro, but they're all good. I think that's about the wines, isn't it? It's not a like Portuguese version of California Girls. It's California wines. Bon dia Gumpas e Feliz Segunda from the coach. Late on parade this morning after a disturbed night. Not just me then. Wet here in Hertfordshire, but at least it's mild. Have a great week, y'all. Cheers, coach. Portugal then had to fight a 20-year war after restoration, a war of independence from Spain, which managed to hang on to Ceuta, Ceuta, which had been Portugal's first colony, still a part of Spain, with Melilla and other enclaves. Yeah, it's not too much of a fuss about those anymore, is there? I think people there are allowed to choose for themselves, really, in their own Biberian way. Hope you have a dry night soon, Ian. Oh, Peter. Thanks, Pete. The joys of getting old. And Hugh, a quick comment from Hugh before we talk to Tig. You need to come up and collect some wines from the Quinta dos Tres Rios. Come stay a night with us and do an outside show. Yeah, absolutely love your wines, Hugh. Honestly, I hope you had a great weekend, Ian. Anything fun? And are you filming from a wine man shed? It is a little bit like that. This lovely thing behind me here, Real Vinicola, I found in one of the refurbs I was involved in and thought it should be part of my backdrop. It is like being in a wine warehouse here. Just colder. Good morning, Portugal. No worries. If my Bitminer finds a block, all euros will be invested in my farm. Probably will have to find more than one block to get it all done. That's true. It's a cash sink, I'm sure. Lovely late lunch with son and his family in the UK, by the sound of it, on Saturday. Then lunch with the mother-in-law yesterday. Weirdly, both in a coat, albeit in different towns. What does that mean? Weirdly, both in a coat. I like it. I like it. Oh, you like my backdrop? Excellent. Okay, let's see then if Tig can hear us. Excellent. Let's give her a nice big round of applause. And screen. Hola, bon dia, Tig. Well, that's very festive. You look like you're in a snowdrift.
It's just the back. It's my back wall, isn't it?
Yes, it's white emulsion. Right, I'm going to sit back a bit now. I've got a bad back this morning.
I will have you know it's Magnolia. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, Magnolia. Wow, Magnolia's back.
Absolutely. I was horrified, actually. I thought, oh, my goodness, I'm going to actually have Magnolia. But it matched everything else. So, you know.
Nothing wrong. I mean, things are popular for a reason, aren't they? And nothing wrong with a bit of Magnolia. Hides what's it? A multitude of sins. You haven't got wood chip as well, though, have you?
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, right.
I have standards.
How long until wood chip makes a comeback? It will. It will. Okay.
It's cheap, isn't it? Yeah. Mind you, it's wallpaper, and wallpaper isn't really a thing here, is it?
That's true. That's true. Well, we can make it a thing if someone's looking for a new business idea.
What have you done to your back then?
Oh, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but little bit twingy. And you know that I think jury's probably still out, isn't it? Should you rest? Should you work it? And sometimes each of those respective strategies works very well or very badly. And I probably should have rested, but I went out to see the Christmas lights on Friday night and made it a whole lot worse. So that's.
Then you got your answer.
Yes, exactly. It blighted my weekend, I have to say. But it's made me a lot more mindful because every time I move, I have to be really thoughtful and careful about what I'm doing, which is probably how I got into this condition in the first place, by not being like that. Chris is excited to see you. Look. Hi, Chris, and thanks for being here, Tig. Oh, just quickly then, Cote is a chain of French-themed restaurants across the UK.
Oh, there you go.
Was there one? Did it have a longer name before? I remember there was a French chain for a little while that I used to quite enjoy going to. Cafe. It was called something really predictable in England, like Café Français or something. Anyway, Cote must be the new version of that. So what's new then, Tig? Is it a bit chilly? I hear it's a bit cold in the Algarve.
Flipping freezing.
Is it?
It's freezing, and because I'm on the top of my apartment building as well. Of course, the wind absolutely whips round.
Oh, okay. And can you hear it?
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's psychologically unhelpful, isn't it? The whistling of wind.
I actually don't mind. I don't mind. I mean, as long as I'm
you're
warm,
wrapped up. Yeah. Fair play. Yeah.
But it is cold, and that wind is really chilly.
Really. Right. Okay. So a chilly Algarve. Yeah. Is it similarly chilly as far as dealing with IMA and the Portuguese government goes? Actually, I wanted to preface this because you were here very much on a brief of talking about post-Brexit Brits. But is it true to say your work has broadened now, and you don't just deal with Brits, you deal with anyone who might be dealing with the Portuguese government, perhaps?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Because because Brits, we're now third country nationals, so we're the same as Americans, Canadians, not China, Australians, New Zealanders, anybody, that isn't in the EU. Yeah, we are exactly the same conditions, immigration conditions, except for those that came before Brexit. Brits that came before, so that's different. But we're still sorting that out. From 2020.
Yeah, I did think that. As I'm posting up post-Brexit Brit update, some people are going to be thinking, is that still... Are they still banging on about that? We are, aren't we?
Absolutely. Because, of course, when they actually issued the Brexit card, the withdrawal agreement biometric residency cards to Brits who arrived here pre-2021, what they did was they put a 5-year expiry date from the date of the appointment, not the date of initial residency.
Right. Okay.
So you've got people arriving in 2020, had their appointment in 2022, but are fully entitled to permanent residency in 2025, but their card says it doesn't expire till 2027. And of course, you get more rights with hang on, let me get this right.
Yeah.
You can prove your rights with a permanent card. You get more rights with permanent residency, and with a card you can prove it. Even if you have 5-year residency, even if you have been here for 5 or more years, you have more rights. those rights are automatic. You don't apply for them. They're automatic. But the permanent card is the only way you can prove it.
Right. Okay.
Are you with me? Have I
No.
lost you?
No, but that doesn't matter so much. Others are smarter and probably less distracted than I am this morning.
Okay.
I'm computing back pain simultaneously with that, but I'm sure that's been helpful to others who will have tuned in specifically to hear that. And on that note, Tig, it occurred to the Portugueser, who, I mean, the whole world knows now, I think, that Tony Bryant, the Portugueser, is going for Portuguese citizenship. But he realised or thought, I don't know if it's a realisation or even if it's true, but what's the situation for citizenship for those people who've gone through the process you just tried to describe to me that didn't go in terribly well into my computational capability this morning? But are there special? Is there some special condition for Brits who are going for citizenship on account of the special agreement, as it were?
No.
Oh, okay. Nice try then. Nice try for anyone who.
Okay. I mean, people. It's being investigated by everybody, by the British government and whatever that that we are supposed to have. If you were here pre-2021,
Yes.
Brits are supposed to have the same rights as EU citizens.
Yeah.
Freedom of movement, of course, but we're supposed to have. Not that I'm bitter. But we're, you
were hiding it well until that point.
Still can't get over Brexit. Anyway, so it's being looked into because, of course, with the new citizenship laws, when and if ever they come in, which I'm sure they will, EU citizens have to be resident for 7 years.
Yes.
Anybody and CPLP countries, the Portuguese.
Yeah.
Countries, it's going to have to be resident for 7 years before they can apply for citizenship. But of course, for anybody else, and which is Brits, it's 10 years.
Okay.
So it's being looked into by a number of people that it can actually be that we pre-2021 Brits, the Brexit Brits as such, that we can apply after 7 years like EU citizens, but don't hold your breath.
So he's on the right tracks, thinking that might be a little bit of a loophole, but it's not been made law or acknowledged as yet.
It's right at the beginning.
Yeah, right. And you must have done your maths on this, going back to this idea that we are still banging on about it, and still helping post-Brexit Brits. You must have done the maths on this with how things have gone and how slowly the government's worked and, various additions to the timescale. How long might we be talking about this, do you think?
Oh, goodness knows. I mean, at the end of this month, if you think about it, because Brits came under the withdrawal agreement if they got their residency before 2021. So at the end of this month, everybody will have more than 5 years residency and are entitled in law under the withdrawal agreement to a permanent withdrawal agreement biometric card.
Yes. And so the action will shift there, will it?
But the cards have got expiry dates of 2027.
Yes.
So
yes.
IMA is saying they won't issue them. We have managed to get people through the system. So in Tig James and Partners, we have managed to get people through the system. Not everyone, because it totally depends on which IMA member of staff you get. But every office is perfectly able to issue a permanent withdrawal agreement biometric card. They just flipping won't.
They just flipping won't. Okay, we should have an acronym for that. Just flipping won't. A JFW. I've done a JFW on this. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just won't. And it's and people are entitled to their cards. If you were resident in 2019, you're over your 5 years. And some people need these cards because they need to move to other EU member states. And if you've got a permanent residency card, it's far easier via the visa system.
Okay. All right. So it's going to be a while yet then that you'll
Okay.
be talking about this. Okay.
Yeah.
We do have some questions and some observations. This one's for me, though, I think. Carl, my husband, does a thing called planking, which is not against the law. It totally helps his back beyond belief. With the world famous British food, no wonder you and your family escapes in a French chain. Now, Matty, we do great food like fish and chips and bangers and mash. Toad in the hole. Help me out here. Although I don't like to eat frogs and snails, other things are available in a French restaurant these days. Maybe Coach Ian can explain. What's that about? Back pain. How would you pronounce this, Tig? Would you go with Kelta?
Well, you got Seu, which is sky, isn't it?
Oh, sales Kelta then.
Filter. I don't know.
The Sky Place, maybe it's got a high altitude, was established as a fortified outpost by the Portuguese in the 15th century before being taken by Spain in 1668. Similarly, Melilla was captured by Spain in 1497. They never say about how the locals sometimes might have wanted that, rather than this idea of occupation and so on. It seems that these the towns who have this controversy swing both ways. They're definitely Iberian. They're very happy to enjoy both sides of the border. Homage to Brian Hayes. Yes, that voice that I mentioned before, Chris. Brian Hayes, LBC in the late 80s. His tagline was "Traffic and trains every 10 minutes." For the traffic reports, it's etched into our subconscious. Chris loved the way he dispensed callers who spoke rubbish. Morning, Matty. To be fair, British restaurant food is better than it used to be. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if it's connected to Brexit at all, but we like to do like.
I mean, can I just interrupt here?
Yeah,
Come on,
of course you can.
guys. I mean, pub grub is fabulous in the UK.
I think so. That's what you need to try, isn't it? Is go to a gastro pub. I don't like the phrase, but go to a pub where when you walk in, there's the smell of good food and that smell of real ale, and no longer the smell of cigarettes. And it's a delightful place to eat, isn't it? It really is. A country pub with some good food is fantastic.
And in winter with the fire.
Yeah, of course, crackling away, log on the fire. A few old boys in there who aren't eating, but it's their local sat at the bar. Oh, it's what it is. One of the few things that I would deem it worth returning for. You as well, by the look on your face there, Tig. It's like, Tig, I still have my original crew attestado from 2019. Can I use this as proof?
Yeah, that is no longer a legal document.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Okay. But it's still an official.
I know, yeah, I mean, yeah, Solar Life Portugal, absolutely. And I mean, it's I mean, I have complained to the EU Commission, the EU Parliament, Portugal. I got the Portugal government on monthly reports because of them not adhering to the withdrawal agreement and whatever. It's being taken up again at the highest levels. It really is. I was having conversations and meetings 2 weeks ago, and it really is because people are now really angry about it at the highest levels because they're just not adhering to the law. But the person that has just said about their 2090, for goodness sakes, please get in touch with us. Okay. Because if you with the entry and exit system that was supposed to come in October but didn't because it didn't work. There you go. You will not get through.
Yes. Okay. Mel, we use that in our application for citizenship. I think he's talking about the attestado there. I mean, I guess it's worth a try, isn't it? But as you say, officially, it's not.
If you're using that for citizenship, that will prove when you first became resident. But but as an actual residency document, it's no longer valid.
Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna add something else?
I was just thinking that I mean, and don't forget, guys, that when you apply for citizenship, they check. I'm a check with IMA. Sorry, the IRN office, who you submit your application to, citizenship application, check with IMA as to how long you've been resident. Mm-hmm. So you can please do put the documents in, but that the original one is not valid now for everyday use.
Okay. The Portuguese has pointed out, citing the documents, that we have permanent residency rights. Please give me a list so I can discuss some of these points by WhatsApp with my lawyer within IMA. You'll have to get in touch, I think, with Tig James and Partners, and we'll make sure the details are on the screen and are voiced as well for the podcast. Neither can I. I cannot get over the stupidity of it. I think he's talking about Brexit maybe there. I did too, but let's see if it gets past the first stage of processing. Okay, so a chat about citizenship paperwork here. Planking, you silly. All right. Just like Planet of the Apes, Charlton Heston's line, Brexiteers, you. I don't think he did say that in Planet of the Apes, did he? You fools, you don't know what you've done. Brexiteers can't defend the indefensible. You've stolen your grandchildren. Chris isn't over it either. Making distinctions according to national and or geographical origins is contrary to Portuguese constitution. Yes, this is all grist to the mill, isn't it? And goodness only knows where it's all going to end up or when it's going to be resolved. Actually, on that matter, I mean, we are not going to be going back to some sort of halcyon days, are we? Because it's not as if it was like it all worked perfectly in the first place. How do you foresee the next 5 years? This is going to be a focus for Good Morning Portugal next year, like Portugal 2030. What are you going to think? What do you think is going to happen with all of this stuff in the next 5 years? Because the global geopolitical picture's getting hotter and hotter, isn't it? There are more loose and unresolved ends to deal with. It's not like they're going to suddenly hire loads of people and say, okay, enough of this. Let's suddenly be more efficient. How do you see it, Tig?
I just don't know, because I mean, things have changed a little bit. I mean, obviously people can do more online now, which is what the new guy said, wasn't it, when he came in, that he was going to get everything online. Was it by the end of last year? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, that worked well.
Why are you laughing?
Because that was the end of last year. And now it's now 2025. So yeah, that went well. But I don't know. The bottom line is with IMA, they turn up on a day. They've got far too much work to do for the amount of employees, so they just do what they can during the day, and they don't care.
That's normal, isn't it? That's the new normal, as it were. Yeah.
So how do you get? And so you've got all these people. You have got hundreds of thousands of immigrants in Portugal who are not being dealt with.
Yeah.
It's not the employee's fault. It's that if you want to hit anybody, go to the government, because they are literally not giving them enough money to budget for staff.
But putting it another way, why would they suddenly do anything about it now? There's no political imperative, really, is there, to or attractiveness to sort it out? Because actually, from the government's point of view, it's quite useful to have a mess of immigration, because that creates quite a good distraction among the populace.
I mean, you've got the rise of the far right, haven't you? You've got Shega.
That's what I mean. But for anyone concerned about it,
but when you're actually on the inside, I mean, is there no benefit to it? I think there is, because if you're dealing with immigrants and you're giving them their residency documents, they can then go and get properties. They can do this, they can do that, and they can spend money. Yeah. And don't forget as well that immigrants, we pay for these visas and these documents. We pay. Yep. So the more they can process, the more money they're getting.
Well, you'd think that would be an attraction, yes. Yeah,
and the more money people will then, as soon as they've got their residency, then they'll commit.
Yeah.
So they'll spend more money. So I don't. But again, is it the thing of we see the money here, we don't see the money there?
As in, I see. There's no immediate effect.
Yes.
Yes, they like quicker wins and they like low hanging fruit.
Yes.
And they're arguing and fighting closer to the front line than that sort of visionary approach you might be talking about there. Okay, yeah. And so I think the answer you gave was none of us know, do we? None of us know what this next 5 years is going to look like. We're sat in a turbulent global picture. We're lucky to be here in terms of, I think, quality of life and what the culture offers. But from that governmental point of view, it doesn't look like it's going to get sorted out anytime soon, as far as I can see.
I don't think so. But also, can I just put it out there? And I've tried raising this, and I'm going to hopefully go to another place to try and raise it as well. If anybody's got ideas on this, by all means, let me know. I am aware of 4 companies, and it's online. It's out there. I'm not breaking any confidences, because I wouldn't. But there's four companies out there online who have decided not to invest in Portugal because of the way they were treated by the Portuguese government and because of the bureaucracy, because they're promised, yeah, if you invest this, you invest that. So they invest a little. The promises don't come in, so they leave. And 4 companies I know, Portugal have lost 1,100 million euros.
Seriously? Right, okay.
Seriously, one company, one guy alone, he was at some sort of gathering, saw whichever Portuguese minister it now is for business, went up to him and said, went up to this MP, whoever it is, and said, you know, look, I'm looking to invest 700 million in, you know, in Portugal. I'm serious, you know, I've got this, and what, you know, this is what I want to do. The MP turned around to him, waved his hand, oh, email me, and went onto his phone.
Right, okay.
The guy took one look, walked away, and never invested.
Yes, I mean, being devil's advocate, he might be some sort of arms dealer, the likes of which we don't want in this, making lethal weapons. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see who these people are. And often governments don't turn down arms dealers today, to be fair. So, yes, I wonder. I would be interested to see that list of companies. And maybe that is the sort of pain the government needs to smarten its act up. I don't know.
But the bureaucracy and the IMA situation is a biggie with companies. It's a big one.
Of course it is. Yeah, it must be, mustn't it? I mean, if you go to Web Summit last month and you get really excited about moving to Portugal, which I understand people would, you know, great quality of life for the employees, good support of tech, but then there's a massive headache of actually moving people here through the migration. That's not going to be advantageous, is it, to us? We've only got a few minutes left. I wanted to ask you about the GNR intimidating immigrants. Now, to take, you know, I think there was a sort of a very specific story on this that was circulating, wasn't there? But to generalize it as well, would love to know from you, Tig, how to deal with probably the inevitability of occasional inspections and stops, not least at the airport, but if you're traveling the border into Spain. What should we keep on us? What are we likely to experience? And what went on with this particular situation?
First of all, let me do the important bit, which is how do you get around it? You know, I mean, how do you get through it as such around it? I mean, obviously, always if you're going into another country, Spain, it doesn't matter that it's the EU. You need your passport. Your passport allows you to go from country to country. Your residency document is not a travel document. Your passport is.
Yes.
Okay. All your residency document does is prove you are a resident in Portugal, not that you can cross borders. So you need your passport and your residency documents. I mean, they say, don't they, that, you know, in some areas you have to have your passport with you if you're a foreigner at all times, especially driving. Okay. I would say get a certified copy and carry it, because at least then you're certain, you're sure. And also always carry your residency document. Then there's no argument, is that you've got your residency document, you've got a certified copy of your passport. Go to the post office, it's about 25 euros, whatever to do. It's easy to do, and just have them with you at all times. Then if you get stopped, there was now let me just check the name, because I can't remember the name.
Why do people not do that? I don't understand why people do. Are they afraid of losing those documents?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
but get certified copies then.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Good. That's a good solution. Yeah.
There was a raid in Amadora, just outside of Lisbon.
Yes.
Recently. And they just checked everybody's immigration papers. Well, yeah. You know, the police, why not? And there was also, wasn't there, let me just check on this bit. Yeah, because there was 11 police officers were arrested on human trafficking, 10 GNR, 1 PSP.
That was very disturbing to see. That was an Alentejo story, was it not? To do with the workers there, presumably. Yeah.
And, you know, and then there was the other one whereby people were, you know, and I know I mentioned this before, where there was over 100 people had been registered to the same address.
Yes.
There was 142 registered, and and a couple of companies were issuing false contracts. Yeah. And again, you see, this negates all the Chegas stuff, which says, you know, people can claim benefits and get. You cannot you cannot become an immigrant in Portugal unless you have proof of income. And then you have to actually, contribute to the government to be able to claim benefits. Anyway, it's just utter nonsense what they say. It really is.
Yes, well, of course, but I mean, fanning the flames of controversy and stirring up trouble is part of what that's all about in the current climate, it would appear.
Very much.
Something else I wanted to ask you, now you mention it, is the because we're on the back foot here, aren't we? We're talking about what you do if you get stopped and if there's an inspection and what documents you should carry. Does it come across your desk or entered your mind, Tig, that if it's true that 1 in 10 people who lives in Portugal now is a foreigner, there is a very considerable foreign lobby to be organised at some point, if it hasn't happened already? I'm not aware that it's happened already, but is there any cross-nationality representation of foreigners saying, look, we're struggling here. We need to know what's happening with here. How can we help? Those sorts of things. Is there a foreigner en masse representation to the government, an association of any kind?
Not as far as I know. I
Right.
think there is one, but I don't think I did write to them, but they didn't respond. And I mean, I have been asked if I would do, but we're looking at over 1 million immigrants.
No, I understand that. I mean, you wouldn't get them all necessarily. I mean, if you did, if there was a membership and 1/10 of those people funded a membership that lobbied on their behalf, that'd be a pretty extraordinary organisation, wouldn't it? But it would be a useful lobbying influence, do you not think?
It would, but do you know any immigrant of any nationality in Portugal that hasn't had a problem with IMA?
I don't know. I haven't done the research, but my instinctive answer is I imagine they all have had a problem, right?
So
Or could.
you've then got 1 million people, say only 1/10 of those, so you've got 100,000 approximately in an organisation that somebody has to deal and work with. Can you imagine the workload on that? Would be absolutely phenomenal. I couldn't do it.
No, I'm not expecting you to. I just think it would be a useful organisation that represented the interests of the foreign population
It'd be fabulous.
who aren't being very well represented, and as you say, have a lot potentially to give to the country.
Mhm.
It kind of, and then what made me think of it, it kind of deals with the more controversial and divisive, polarizing aspects of foreigners. It could be a positive representation and a fact checking. I know it's a
Yeah,
much
absolutely.
overused and maligned phrase, but when you see the statistics of what foreigners can bring to a country on a positive level, and they don't all, we know that, and there's some wrong uns in there, and there's some terrible people coming into every country in the world, but generally speaking, if you could create an objective picture with some good numbers and decent representation and unite the many nationalities that come to Portugal, it'd be an awesome influence, I think.
It would be fabulous. It
Yeah.
really, really would. Because the trouble is as well, it's always the bad ones that get the publicity.
Of course, and let's get rid of them. That's the other thing this thing
Yeah.
could do is if foreign nationalities were seen to be encouraging their fellow country people to behave correctly, that would also be a good thing. And say, look, yes, we don't want these people here. They are our people, but they're behaving badly. They're not meeting the needs or the requirements of this country. Kick them out. We need to be saying that as foreigners as well, I think.
And that's exactly what we did in
Yeah.
British in Portugal and in the business now. We have no qualms whatsoever about saying any Brits are here illegally. Get rid of it. They're illegal immigrants. Or they decided to live under the wire, and we still get people contacting us who have been living under the wire, have never done a tax return in their lives, in their 15, 20 years they've been in Portugal, never done residency. And
Yes.
now of course, because EES, a big thing is EES, because now they've realised they can't leave the country.
They're stuck here. Or a wise country would say, look, you're clearly not a criminal, but this is not how we run things. You can make this good with this process, and
Okay.
again, that's another opportunity, isn't it, for the country?
They might not be a criminal as in going out and burgling places,
Yeah.
but they haven't submitted tax returns for 15, 20 years. So it's tax fraud.
I think, yeah, of course. But I think
You know,
financiers have a way of dealing with that, do they not? They offer you the chance to pay it back with a little bit of interest on it as well. They're very fair like that.
it's not unresolvable. It
Exactly.
certainly isn't unresolvable, and but you have to go to financiers. But you see, the thing is that what I'm saying is that, you know, with the EES system, yeah, they can go through Spain, they can disappear in a little car and go over the border. But I mean, if they want to get back to the UK, they're absolutely stuffed, because
Yes.
you know, they'll get to France. Then what do?
Quite. Yes.
Get on a boat. There you go. Be one of the boat people.
That's working quite well, isn't it? Right. Okay. Tig, thank you very much for being here. Good to see you. And we've run over a little bit. Sorry to keep you, everybody. But we also have, before you go, how about this, Tig? We've got some lovely pictures from the OLP, who promised to send in some festive pickies. And here they are. I think, oh, these are beautiful. Thank you very much. Yes, there's a few inches of snow over there in Montana.
Keep it.
You don't want snow here in the Algarve? What about these? I mean, wouldn't it be worth it for a few northern lights? That's pretty, isn't it?
Fabulous.
Yeah. Okay. I think we can probably do that with LEDs, though, that we buy from the Chinese shop, I think.
The real thing's nicer, though.
It is, of course, organic. Okay, right. Thank you very much, Tig. Let's look forward to our first week of December. It's December already, folks, and we'll begin our Christmas preparations. We can talk about Christmas now. I declare Christmas conversation officially acceptable. Cheers, Tig. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts.